Hey Virgo, let's see what's going on in your love life. This is a tarot love reading for Virgo Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and for any of you lovely cross-watchers dealing with a Virgo romantically. Now please keep in mind, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate, and you are of course welcome here to take what works and leave the rest. So we're going to jump right into it today, my lovely Virgo, and let's see what could be coming toward you in love. First message coming out today says, death. The relationship is over. No second chances. Growing and transforming. What's dead is dead. My goodness, you guys, this is heavy energy, definitely indicating that something is over. Let's see where it goes. Tell me more about what could be coming toward Virgo. Seduction, attraction, teasing, hooking up and dating, third party, and temptation. Okay, the message I'm getting here is that some of you broke up with someone, but you're still hooking up with them. So it's like, it's over, but it's not over, is the message I'm getting. Tell me more, please, about what could be coming toward Virgo. Picture. Looking at pictures, missing you, nostalgia, and making new memories. What you thought was over is maybe not as over as you thought. So here's what I'm seeing. It's kind of a specific message. As always, Virgo, take it or leave it. I think you're dealing with a complicated situation with an ex. I think things ended between the two of you for whatever reason. Things didn't work out, but yet I think the two of you have continued to be physically intimate and to see each other. And I feel like there's still feelings there. And I think the more that you're hanging out, hooking up, doing whatever, spending time together, those feelings are coming back. But I also feel there were probably very legitimate reasons that you guys broke up. Because the death card, it's not about a literal death, right? It's about the relationship ending. It tells me, Virgo, that some serious shit probably went down between the two of you for it to end. So you've got that history, right? You've got that negative history. You've got all the shit that went down between the two of you. But there's also kind of like this undeniable attraction between the two of you with the seduction card. So like I said, even though you're not together necessarily, I think you guys have still been seeing each other, hooking up, whatever. And I think the feelings are coming back. Or the more accurate way to say it is, I don't think the feelings actually ever left. But I feel like the more you're continuing to see this person, it's becoming evident like there's still a lot of feelings there, but it's also very complex because something happened that led the two of you to break up, and that doesn't just disappear. And it's a general reading, so it's going to be different for each of you, but I just feel like whatever caused you guys to break up was a really, really big deal. It does not feel like it was a little thing. This is very serious energy, Virgo, okay? And so on the one hand, you guys might still be in love, very attracted to each other, missing what you used to have, maybe reminiscing on the good old days, but yet there's also this elephant in the room, which is whatever situation led to your breakup. So I think probably you and your person are both feeling confused, right? Like this could be a situation where you're hooking up and then you start to wonder in the back of your mind, like, are we getting back together? And then they're wondering that, and you guys have to figure out what to do. It's complex, right? So here's what we're gonna do for the rest of the reading today, Virgo. Let's look at them and let's look at you. So let's look at their overall energy, what they could be feeling, what actions they could be taking. I will look at the same thing for you, and then we'll look at the potential outcome here. I'm very curious to see how this goes. Tell me about your person's energy. The Hermit, which is Virgo energy, so maybe you're dealing with a fellow Virgo. I do think your person has a tendency to go inward. There's probably a lot of times where you really just don't know what they're thinking or feeling. Tell me more, please. Okay. Six of Wands and King of Wands came out together. All right. So with these two cards here, it definitely feels like, I don't know, there's still a hopefulness for the relationship. There's still attraction, obviously, with this fire energy. Maybe some of you guys are dealing with a fire sign, a Leo, Aries, or a Sagittarius. Yeah, it's weird. It's like there's attraction, there's hope, but there's all of these unspoken things, the things that happened before. I'm getting the message, a lot of things left unsaid. Tell me what they could be feeling right now. Six of Cups, there's a lot of history. Yeah, I mean, I think the two of you have been through a lot. I think you've had a lot of history together, Virgo. that doesn't just disappear overnight. And I think that probably adds to the complexity of what I've been saying, where I'm like, this feels very complicated. You guys obviously broke up for what I think was a very big, significant reason, but you haven't forgotten each other. Breaking up doesn't turn the feelings off. There's a lot of history here, I think. I think both of your lives are probably very wrapped up in each other. That makes it more complicated. Tell me more about what they could be feeling. The Wheel of Fortune. Interesting. Wheel of Fortune to me is an energy of like destiny, meant to be. And I feel like, because this is your person's energy, maybe there's part of them that's like, I don't know, like, am I meant to be with Virgo? Even though there's all this stuff that went down between the two of us, are we supposed to be together? There's something about you, like a magnetic pull, Virgo, that I think it doesn't feel over. I think for your person, they're spending a lot of time kind of having these feelings about your connection, the past, the history, and they're looking at it and they're like, is there still something here? Because they almost feel with that Wheel of Fortune like the two of you are meant to be together, even though you're not together currently. Tell me more. Eight of Wands. Okay. Eight of Wands is a very quick moving energy. I think emotionally, what I'm getting, Virgo, is it's almost like they're falling back in love with you. Okay. They might be communicating some of these feelings. The Eight of Wands does indicate quick communication. What I'm getting, to be honest, Virgo, as the message here is that you guys are hanging out and then they say something in the moment, and like before they can even think about what they said, they say it, right? Like maybe you guys are in bed together or something, and then they're like, I love you, Virgo. And they're like, wait, I don't know why I said that, you know? And maybe it's habit, maybe it's their feelings, but I get the sense that like they say something to you that reveals their feelings, but like they didn't necessarily intend to say it. It just like came out, you know? You can let me know if that connects. What actions could they be taking right now? King of Swords. Huh? I mean, we started with the Hermit and now we're moving towards the King of Swords, which is a communicator. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. Maybe they're getting to the point where they can no longer deny what's going on between the two of you and they feel that you guys are going to need to talk about it. I really get the sense that you guys have been hanging out, but there's a lot of unspoken words between the two of you. And it almost is suggesting here that your person is getting to the point where they want to say something. There could be a conversation coming your way, Virgo. What other actions could they be taking? Ten of Wands. I think they want to clear the air about all the heaviness, all the emotional baggage that's been weighing on your relationship. They want to talk about it. They want to get it out in the open. Tell me more about what actions they could be taking. The Emperor, okay? I think they're trying to project this air of confidence. I feel like they're going to be asking you to potentially try again, or at least they're going to float that idea to you, Virgo. And I think they're going to try to do it in a way that shows you that they have confidence in your connection, so that if the two of you did decide to give it another shot, they feel there is a chance that things could really work out. Like, I think they're going to try to really show you that they're serious here. It's very interesting. I'm also getting that it's kind of caught them off guard. Like, I don't think, you know, when things ended and you guys were like hooking up or hanging out or whatever, I don't think it was really on either of your minds what that meant. You know, I think you guys were just doing in the moment what felt good, right? You probably missed each other. You missed being together. And so you would spend time together, but now it kind of feels like your person's actually starting to think about what that means. And they might be talking to you about what that means. Okay, let's look at you. Tell me about Virgo. First card coming out, Ten of Cups. This is definitely somebody who you at one point thought you would have happily ever after with. And maybe even now, Virgo, you know, maybe after some time has passed, you're starting to wonder if there is that potential still, right? Because here's the thing, when you have a really bad breakup, there's usually a bunch of emotional intensity. But like now that the breakup is over and some time has passed, it's kind of like both of you are not feeling as emotionally intense, but now you're both kind of having to admit to yourselves that the feelings are still there. Tell me more, please, about Virgo's energy. Holy bananas, you guys, look at that. 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, big energy of somebody wanting to set down roots. I think you're still seeing potential here with this person, or at least there's a hopefulness there. Tell me more. 2 of Pentacles, yeah, but you're on the fence, right? It's like you're juggling that hope in the one hand, but then in the other, you're juggling the history and the stuff that went down, and you're like, it's a lot. It's a lot to think about, right? It's like you guys have this really strong bond, but I just feel like whatever caused you guys to break up was a really, really big traumatic thing. And so on the one hand, you know, it would probably feel so good to like jump in and be in a relationship with them, but you've also got to weigh out the history and the things that went down between the two of you and the tough moments, right? There's a lot of factors that I think you're weighing in this situation, Virgo, when you're starting to think about where the two of you might be headed. What could Virgo be feeling? The Sun, okay. The message I'm getting is that you still feel happiness with them. And I'm also getting the message, but it's also confusing because it's like you feel this happiness, but you also feel this happiness with someone who hurt you as well. It's complicated. That's the whole theme of this reading, Virgo. It's complicated, right? It's like you're realizing this person still makes you happy even after all the stuff that went down between the two of you. But again, the stuff that went down between the two of you doesn't just get magically erased, right? And you might even be wondering, could we be happy in the future if we got back together? What else could Virgo be feeling? Queen of Wands, okay? Yeah, passion, attraction. There's obviously an undeniable attraction here between the two of you, Virgo. That is very clear to me, very obvious, okay? And I think that's part of what keeps the two of you coming back towards each other. What else could Virgo be feeling? We're literally getting all the fire energy. Holy smokes. Yeah, I mean, the Knight of Wands, again, it's more passion, which is definitely a theme that we're getting in the energy for the reading and also for you. I think you feel very passionately about this person still, Virgo. The one thing I will say, like sometimes the Knight of Wands can jump in without thinking things through completely. So I will say, like with any decisions that you're making about this connection, with that Knight of Wands, I would just make sure that you're making decisions from a clear-headed place. Like don't feel like you need to rush to make a decision, because sometimes the Knight of Wands can be a little exuberant and then like jump in and make a quick decision without thinking it through, right? What actions could Virgo be taking? The Lovers, yeah. So first of all, I think you still love them. But we know that the Lovers card within the tarot has to do with making a choice or decision. So I kind of feel like there's going to be a pivotal moment here between the two of you where you guys are going to have to decide, what are we doing? Like, I feel what is happening, Virgo, is that, like I said, you guys have been hanging out, hooking up, whatever. And that's been good. It's been fine. I feel like it's getting to the point where that's no longer sustainable. I feel there is a real conversation coming about what is happening. And the nature of that conversation is going to determine how the two of you move forward. Because I feel like what's going to happen is either you both admit that you're still feeling something and you want to try, or one or both of you says, as much as we love each other, we know it doesn't work. Maybe we just need to walk away. Could go either way. What other actions could Virgo be taking? Justice, okay? I think you're trying to find balance in the situation. I feel there's an apology here. I don't know if you feel you need to apologize to them about something, Virgo. I do see that possibility. Tell me more about what actions Virgo could be taking. Ace of Wands. I mean, I think we've clearly established that you guys are very passionate about each other. So this feels like you trying to take steps towards a passionate new beginning with this person. The only thing I'm going to say here, you guys, is don't let the passion and chemistry cloud your judgment. I don't think it's just passion that you guys have. I do think there's more, but there's so much passion and chemistry that sometimes it can almost mess with our heads a little bit and make it so that we can't think clearly, right? And so I think you guys are just honestly like insanely attracted to each other, Virgo. And it's like, if you're at this moment where you need to make a decision about the future of your relationship, I just feel there's a little message that says like that, you know, you can take the passion into consideration, but like also take into consideration other factors that would determine whether or not you think you could have a successful relationship moving forward. It's like, don't let the passion and chemistry cloud your judgment about the reality of the situation. It's so curious, you guys. Okay, so moment of truth. Let's see what the potential outcome is here. 8 of Pentacles. This is about hard work, investment, and putting in the effort. This is one of those very, very interesting readings, Virgo, where I feel like when you guys broke up, it was such a nasty, hard, traumatic breakup that you, like in your mind, you were like, never again will we be together. But it wasn't that easy to walk away for either of you. And I think that you found your way back to each other, like I said, kind of at first maybe casually hanging out, but then it has started to become clear that there are still some pretty significant feelings between the two of you. And what I see here with this 8 of Pentacles is 2 people, assuming both of you want this, which I do see in the energy, if both of you are still having these kind of feelings and both of you still see a future, the outcome here is suggesting that you guys might decide to put in the effort to try to fix things and work on it and give it another chance. You may have never thought that when you first broke up, but like I said, it's not so easy to walk away sometimes. And I kind of feel like this is one of those situations because I feel it's not over for either of you. It could be one of those moments where you really do fight for this and you see if you can give it another chance. Because what happens sometimes, just to give you a contrast, Virgo, sometimes we look at the energy and it's like clear that one person's not invested. And, you know, I'll say to you, like, you can't build a relationship on your own, Virgo. If they're not into it, you can't do it on your own. But when I see an energy where both of you seem to be into each other and invested, that's where I think it can potentially work, right? That's a situation where you can potentially come back together, assuming both of you want this, assuming both of you are willing to put in the effort to repair this relationship and build something solid. I think the potential is here. I don't think you expected this, Virgo, but sometimes, to sound a little cliche, the heart wants what it wants. And I think this might be one of those situations where you guys are like, there's still enough here that I think we should give it a shot and see what happens. So that's what I've got for you today, Virgo. If you enjoyed this reading, you know what to do. Give me a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and notification bell. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to wish you love. I'm going to wish you happiness, and we'll talk again very, very soon. Bye, guys.